What's up, everybody? Back again with another video. Make sure to like and subscribe because I am about to kick ass. We finna get on to this video talking about Alba and Preach critiquing Just Pearly. I think about her ideas on how she feel about voting and birth control. But you know, let's skip all that and let's get to the content. Yeah.
World, I'd get rid of birth control. I'd ban it, but that'll never happen. I think that's the root of all evil. And I'd actually go for the root of all evil.
The root of all evil. That's what she said. Okay, my girl.
Say it. I don't think women should vote. Huh? I don't think women should vote. I don't think women should vote.
Lord Jesus, keep on going.
Yeah, that's
no
it.
Women, you can't vote. No birth control. Keep it going.
No, because it's always freedom without responsibility. And
I
so,
love
like,
it.
the
Women
reason
should not
no,
vote.
but,
Pearly
but
said it herself.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. Because it was freedom without responsibility.
I love
and before women, like I believe in consequences for your decision. So the men know if they vote someone batshit crazy into power, you guys get drafted. We don't. Women decide elections. We're 55% of the population. I think if we want to vote, equally draft us. Y'all want equality. And personally, I don't want to get drafted, so I'll be in the kitchen.
Wait, hold on. I thought she was crazy. I think she has a point.
Go ahead.
She's talking about equality.
Sure.
That's just what the birth control thing. Hey, yo. But I understand where she's coming from with the drafting thing.
2 hours later.
No, it's not because they don't. It's not because they vote and they don't get drafted that they don't suffer the consequences of not being what. Nah. So yeah, no, I got nothing. I really tried.
Why don't you just say women should get drafted? This whole idea of like you shouldn't get voted to get drafted.
No.
First off, when's the last time a draft happened? But what, 30, 40, 50 years? Okay, that's one. Two, you act like when people get elected to be politicians, they don't enact laws that negatively impact strictly women. What, you think a birth control ban wouldn't affect women primarily?
No, it's not just men.
What do you think an abortion ban doesn't affect women primarily? Right? There are plenty of laws that a crazy batshit politician come in and enact that would primarily only affect women. But you just pulled up drafts, which is like something that rarely, if ever, happens. And then you're just using that to say they should lose their right to vote. And the birth control thing was so crazy to me. It's like, argument for the birth control, I guess, is because of birth control, women can now be more selective, and so it's worse for society. So they want to remove your ability to choose. And here's a problem, okay? This girl's a really popular red.
All right, before you get in that, just because there hasn't been a draft in a long time, I don't see. To me, it sounds like you was about to make a point, Alba, but just because there ain't been a draft in a long time, don't mean you shouldn't use that as a chance. There's a chance that it could be a draft, and if we know you don't want to be drafted, motherfucker, you don't get to vote. It doesn't matter that it hasn't happened in a long time. The fact that it can happen is the reason why you shouldn't be able to. If you don't want to join, motherfucker, don't vote. If you make women, if you tell women they have to enter the draft, technically, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. You're kind of gonna make the army fucking weaker. That's just my opinion. I don't use cops as my example. Every time I see a cop and she's female, I'll be like this. Hey, madam, you shouldn't get out of line because I can literally body slam you without thinking about it. I wouldn't want women in the army. That's just my opinion. I don't want them there. I don't think they're gonna I think they're gonna actually be more detrimental than beneficial.
Pill creator, and people sent me this link because the dude in the interview was acting retarded. And to be fair, in the interview, she was making a lot more sense than that guy was, okay? But I stopped at this part and I had to cringe so incredibly fucking hard because I don't think people realize how crazy red pill folks sound when they say stuff like this and how easily it discredits them. I think people should bring back slavery because, like, what? I think women should lose the right to vote. And I think also they should lose their right to some of the biggest.
What red pill nigga said bring back slavery? Kanye didn't even say that. I need to find out the red pill nigga that said we need to bring back slavery. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I sometimes think that we should, but that's a different point. But don't get triggered. It's just I sit there and think like this. Like, I hate niggas so much. Oh, Tommy Sotomayor, he says it. Okay, keep it going.
This invention that brought us to this current age right now, people want to just get rid of because what? A lot of these folks enter this red pill space and they'll say like, oh, we're not misogynist, we're not misogynist, we're not anti-women, not type of. You should lose your right to vote, and you should lose your ability to have contraceptives. What? You cannot hold on to the moniker that you guys are not misogynist, that you guys are not anti-women, and then take away some of the most basic fundamental rights to people who not only pay taxes, who not only participate in society as full-fledged adults and have to finance things. You know, like, listen, whether you like it or not, women are paying their taxes, women are involved in politics, women are helping to make these decisions, they're in managerial positions. It's not like they're here on the side. That's not the case.
And also 51% of the planet.
Okay? So you sit there, you say, we're not misogynists, but people who contribute a lot to society shouldn't have the right to vote is crazy. Because I imagine, if you're really looking at it like, well, they don't contribute as much as a man.
No, see, no. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, they contribute to society based off taxes and certain like work and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go that fucking crazy with like that red pill shit. Well, no, it depends. It depends. If you're saying that they should join the draft, like it should literally be like they should literally just change, just erase every person's first name, just have nothing but last names, and just start picking people for the draft, so you don't know if it's a man or woman. Then I agree with you. I agree with you. That would erase almost all biases. Now, if you're saying that, I agree with you. Now, if you're not on that point, what you had just stated before about the draft, I disagree with you. If you don't vote, nigga, you don't get to vote.
There's plenty of groups who don't contribute as much as others. Should they lose their right to participate in democracy?
Yes.
What about poor people?
Only rich people should vote.
Because they pay the most amount of taxes? Is that how it should be? Huh?
That makes sense. Old folks, women.
No. Yeah. See, once again, that was a good point. That was a good point. If you don't contribute at all, then you probably should. If you contribute just a little, even if you contribute a little bit, you're contributing. If you should not have the right to vote. If you, okay, I get your point. You're saying women contribute just a little bit, right? Yeah, okay. You made a point, Alba. Your ass got me. You made a point. I'm not gonna try to argue against something that makes sense right now to me. I'm not gonna do that.
Kids, because if you can, if you're like 12, you could hold a rifle. I mean, you haven't contributed to society yet. You could make that case.
Oh.
You don't vote, you go to war, and the rest fund. Yeah, it's not that bad. Think about it. I think it makes sense. There you go.
It's just, this is the kind of stuff that you will see that will come and discredit the red pill folks. And I'm saying this as like, forget me. Let's say a news person pulls up a media hit piece, okay, on red pill folks. They're gonna play this clip.
This was Pearl's world. I'd get rid of birth control. I'd ban it. I think that's the root of all evil. I don't think women should vote.
And their audience is gonna know that red pill popular people are saying dumb shit like this. And it's
First off, it's not dumb. Let's not use ad hominems. It's not actually dumb. It's an extreme that is still holding a value point, because I finally just thought of it. They take the rights away from rights away from people who go to prison, and they contribute. They make them do shit for the society. They contribute. Tell you the truth, taxes they ain't even like a real thing. Because motherfucker, if you got just a normal job, they take your taxes. You ain't got no choice. So actually, they already do a little bit. You might as well do the other side too then. I ain't gonna lie to you, Alba. It just took me a little bit of time. You're good, but it took me a little bit of time. I just had to remember what the fuck they do to prisoners. Prisoners don't get to fucking vote. And they do contribute.
It's gonna discredit everything. This is not like a wacky take like, oh, like, I feel like women should earn more than men, or men should earn more than women. It's not that. You should lose your ability to vote. Now, you may not care about voting, but understand it is one of the most fundamental freedoms that we have in the free world, okay? You may not care for it, but it is one of the most important. It's akin to telling people you should lose free speech because you're a woman. That's how crazy it is. And if you don't understand how unhinged this messaging is, I don't think people are really listening to what it means to the average
Hmm. I don't know if freedom. I don't know if freedom of speech. Yeah, freedom of speech and voting aren't. I don't think they're like the same thing. If let me, I'm going to try to explain it because freedom of speech is like you have the freedom to say things. You have the freedom to say things. You can vote, but your vote ain't gonna mean shit if the other group has a bigger number than you. I think voting has a little bit more to do with that. There's a lot of fucking shit because you can literally have the most popular vote and still fucking lose. So that's why I say voting is different from freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is literally I can say some shit that will make everybody fucking upset in this room, and if you touch me, you go to jail. Voting, yeah, we all can vote, except for children, of course. We all can vote. The only thing is, if 3 niggas in this room want to do this and I want to do this, I don't get to do it now. If left is like if far right or far left get a lot of votes, seem like we're gonna do the shit that they want. So I don't know if freedom of speech and voting is the same thing.
Person. It's interesting because I'll say like red pill stands for the truth. Oh, people are misunderstanding the red pill. The red pill's not misogyny. It stands for the truth. Women shouldn't be able to vote. Nigga, you are bugging. You are bugging. Play this clip to 99% of people and they'll be like, you are bugging.
Yes, but
yeah, of course they're gonna say you're bugging. Just because you go by the bigger scale of people, most individuals are not. This is gonna be just be a big ass blanket. So my apologies in the future. Most people are unintelligent, or at least they don't think a lot about what the fuck they do. That's better to say. I'll take back the intelligence. They don't think about the fuck they're doing. They're impulsive.
peep game. In their way of thinking, that's the truth. That women do a whole bunch of crazy things without any repercussion. They just do shit. It's wild. And if they do shit and it's wild, and they vote and it's wild, to them that's the truth. And that's why they call it the truth.
Yeah, it's still misogyny.
Yes.
You can't say this is the truth, it's not misogyny.
But it's like
your truth is misogyny.
But it's
because
like
I don't even like using that word because it's so overused. It makes me cringe.
It's like
let's be honest.
Yeah.
If somebody comes out and say women shouldn't be able to vote for this reason, yeah, you're gonna be painted as misogynist.
Yes, it's exactly like whenever people their ultra conception of what being a racist is the dude with a little mustache. If you don't,
sure.
If you're not that, then you're not that, even though you do certain things. So people, for them to be a misogynist, you have to delete people, or having the intention of deleting people, or not wanting to have the intentions and because they're not that extreme, they don't want to be painted as that. Sure. I think that's why this is happening. And these I'm not that. I mean, I love women.
You are.
I love women.
You gotta wear that hat. You gotta wear that hat. That's what you guys are. And not all of you, but the folks who endorsing this kind of rhetoric, yeah, that's what you are. And people ask me, but you say a lot of stuff. Listen, there's stuff that these red pillars say that is absolutely true. You know, when they're talking about hypergamy and the idea that, like, you know, there's some discriminatory practices that women engage in that are absolutely hypocritical, and then they demand to be coddled all the time about their preferences or whatever. It's like, yeah, no. There are some bullshit. And we pointed out, but I would never want to associate with the label because of cringe shit like this.
I don't know if you can say they're misogynist. You can't use that if they are legit. If they're presenting you an argument, she didn't present an argument, so that's why you could try to put that on her, even though it's kind of weird. But you try to put it on her. Once they provide, I think she did actually. If you provide an argument for it, and you making a point, they don't just hate women. They have a point for why they do. Now, how can I say this? It's very hard to it's gonna be very hard to pinpoint that a person hates women if they bring you arguments facts and statistics. It's gonna be very hard to just say they're misogynist. You can think they are, but hell, you're transphobic for thinking that that women should be able to women should play be playing basketball against other women. Like you don't let the other group in. You're transphobic if you say that to a group of people. So what people paint you as don't really mean a goddamn thing if they're not like you got to talk to the people who paint you as something to know if they're actually logical. So it don't really mean anything. Just like a group of people painting you as shit.
Right? Oh, red pill's the truth. Yes, and feminism stands for equality, but 99% of you niggas don't want to call yourselves feminists, okay? For a reason. Because you understand that even though at its root it may be that, you understand the way it manifests in the world and the way that it's marketed isn't that. Same thing with red pill. It's like I could buy into a lot of the true things that they say. But guess what? You guys are so fucking cringe online and say so much radical dumb shit that I'm like, I would never want to associate with that kind of branding.
They do say a lot of radical
Listen to that
stuff. They do say
and if you don't understand how crazy that sounds, again, play that clip for most people in the world and they'll be like, this bitch is crazy. And it's unfortunate because you can have a bunch of great takes, right? Like her in this podcast. She did a great job for the most part, countering what Hafiz was saying because Hafiz was lost. But if you do all of this and then in the middle of your spiel, you're like, let's bring back slavery. Sorry, you're going to lose a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to lose a lot of people. So you guys got to understand the way some of this stuff is perceived online. I know folks want me to react to the debate, but I thought this was a flashpoint for me because outside of this red pill space, the only thing that a regular person is going to care about when they watch this interview is the portion where she's saying that's her solution to a lot of problems. Women need to go to white school. They need to lose birth control, lose their right to vote.
If that's being so, why are you on that podcast?
Who's me?
That girl. She shouldn't be talking right now. She's a woman. Shut the fuck up, lady. You're a woman, right? Start with you. Shit, don't vote. Go to the kitchen. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear you.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Because whenever you say stuff like that, well, there's repercussion and there's, consequences.
Yeah.
If you don't decide to, take account. No.
I don't think she ever said. I ain't gonna lie, I'm now starting to realize I don't think y'all actually watch her podcast. I watched a little bit of it. I never got real deep into it, but I know what y'all just said. She never said that women should shut the fuck up and let's just go in the kitchen. Shut up and go in the kitchen. She never said that. Like she never said that. That would be that right there would be way more closer. Like you shouldn't vote, shut the hell up, go in the kitchen, be barefoot pregnant. Like that would be more of what y'all are saying. That would make more sense as like, oh, that person's misogynist. Might be. They might be. I say if she talks out of line, hit her. That one might be. But not if she talks out of line. Well, yeah, like if she opens her mouth when I want her not to open her mouth, hit her. That guy is misogynist. Or at least he is very close to it. I say that motherfucker is quacking. That motherfucker has feathers and has a beak or a bill. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker's a duck. Like, but y'all got to stop doing this shit. You can't. Albert, you can't keep saying as most people. You can't do that. That's fucking mob. That's mob rule. Then ask most people about fucking science shit. Watch how they give you like the wrong answer, because people gonna still try to fucking answer it for some reason, or they'll give you the wrong answer. They don't say they don't know. Now what do? You can't just ask most people about things. They're gonna either go by emotions, they're gonna go by whatever fucking they've been indoctrinated. They're gonna go by impulse. That is impulse, indoctrination, and fucking emotions. Emotions and impulse is like the same thing. So I apologize for saying like splitting those two things up. Yeah, it don't make no sense.
No.
I think viewers are smart. Viewers understand to take what they can and then leave away what they don't like.
You think?
And so, yeah, I think viewers should keep.
Okay.
I think a lot of people probably would see this clip, even folks who call themselves a red pill or whatever it is, and they would look at this and be like, nah, I'm not rocking with that. And I think that's good. So I think the viewers, got to give them some credit. Most of them can find and figure this shit out. But yeah, that shit makes y'all look bad. that shit makes y'all look bad. So just careful who you champion out here because they can easily come to discredit your movement. Let us know what you guys think. Maybe you guys agree or disagree. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, I disagree with a lot of shit y'all was saying. It ain't because like I think the red pill is correct. I think this shit about trying to sleep, you know, just sleep with a mother a lot. Well, she don't say that shit, but I know Fresh and Fit say stuff about like, you know, just getting just try to get a lot of bitches as possible and shit like that. I don't think that shit's like a good idea. Cause you know, like pregnancy is still a thing, so I don't think you should just be sliding your dick in just to a bunch of different type of cooch. But I do understand where she was coming from. She just didn't give you no context. Like she didn't explain nothing. Which is why I played this. She did though. She did explain enough. She explained enough for me to say, motherfucker ain't crazy. Motherfucker ain't crazy. And then you said in the beginning, like this, well, just say women should be drafted. It's like this. She skipped the bullshit. She was like this. I know they don't want to be drafted. I know they don't. So let's do this part. And I was like this. I guess you can still ask them. You can ask them if they want to be drafted. But then if I raise my hand, I don't think they should. Because there's a reason why you gotta lower the goddamn fucking requirements for them. It's the main reason why we got that. You don't just let a motherfucker who keep getting absent class pass go to the next grade. He ain't finna do better. Probably gonna hold back the class. Alvin preach. Oh, Alba, you make a lot of sense. I listened to that nigga talk to the dude Destiny and all of that. He making a lot of sense. Wrong on this one, to my opinion. It's just how I feel. You're wrong. But hey, you know, that's it. You're wrong to me. Like and subscribe, and if y'all want to comment, you can comment on this. Tell me how y'all feel about Album Preach, what they said about it. Or tell me if Pearl made some sense. I think she did a little bit.